When looking at the Los Angeles restaurants, I'm a little bit of a foodie. I notice none of the very popular restaurants are on there. How do you deal with that problem that a Nobu or, whatever famous restaurant's just not going to go for this? Does that mean you're always going to be, you talk about being the high end of the Groupon sites, obviously as Groupon, but can you crack into those? Because I would like to see some discount at one of those places. Is it just not possible to sell them on that?
All right, I'm writing it down, Nobu. I'll see what I can do.
Well, just getting a reservation is one thing,
Right. So that if a business doesn't need customers, then they don't need us. There's nothing we can do to help a business that doesn't need customers, because that's what we do. But beyond that, I mean, there are James Beard Award-winning restaurants that have worked with us all over the country. There's like world-renowned art museums like the Art Institute of Chicago. We sold 5,000 memberships in a day, and this was like a year ago, which increased the membership base that they had been building over the last 100 years by 6% in a single day. So, sorry, I just went off on I blow myself away rant.
What worries you about the business today? Is there something that's your massive concern that keeps you up at night?
A lot of things, but nothing stands out as being particularly overwhelming. I think, what I think about is how do we not start to suck? And I want to make sure that all those things that like Yahoo did or eBay did that made them start to suck don't happen to us.
And that's what? What are the things that made those companies suck? Was it the lack of innovation? Was it too much red tape? What do you think?
What do you think?
That's a good question. I'm not sure, but
I think that's the musician in him coming out, because as a former musician myself, like, you look at bands that get popular and they're never going to stay that way forever, because somehow they're going to just start sucking, because every band does at some point.
Yeah, I wrote some email the other day, and I thought, this is like late 80s David Bowie email.
Wow, quality. It's getting bad. It could be like a theme song for a really bad 80s movie. I guess innovation would be it. How do you stay innovative as a company when you get so big that so much of your time must be spent on just hiring and managing all these people? How many employees are there, and how do you keep the innovation going?
We have about 300 employees, and we're adding, I think, about 40 a month. We try to make time for it. You try to just hire it so you have enough flex to be able to continue to innovate. I think just naturally the people here, it's innovation is built into the culture. A core part of the culture is the editorial team that we have, which is just very, very creative, and I think it's a creative place to work where we do a lot of creative things. So I'm not worried about innovation as much as I am, I think, about making sure people know each other and people feel like they have the same sense of ownership and autonomy and ability to make a real difference in the future of the company that those 20 people did, a year ago when they joined.